I was reviewing case files in my farmhouse when my security app pinged. Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, had broken into my garage on my private county land, claiming it violated HOA storage rules. Her break-in was a sledgehammer, smashing my peace. Karen, who'd harassed Marcus, parked on our ranch, and sold my cabin, had no idea my cameras caught her jimmying the lock. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA lot, and, secretly, the new police chief. Her stunt wasn't just a burglary. It was felony breaking and entering, and I was about to arrest her myself. I stood in my driveway, badge in pocket, phone filming as neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered livid. This wasn't just a break-in. It was Karen's most brazen assault, blind to my authority and badge. My heart thumped, but a steely grin emerged. She thought she could rob my garage? I was about to turn her break-in into a viral bust, with my chief star as the cuffs. What unfolded wasn't just securing my garage. It was a masterclass in law enforcement, community grit, and poetic justice that left Karen cuffed, her HOA obliterated, and Crescent Meadows cheering. My ranch wasn't just home. It was her cell, and my badge was the verdict. Karen's break-in was her dumbest crime, and my arrest was about to lock her down. Crescent Meadows was a bold suburb, its sunlit fields, bustling markets, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a fierce stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once choked by rules on improper storage and unapproved garages, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. My garage, storing farm tools and SWAT gear, was HOA exempt, wired with my Crescent Code security system, cameras and sensors I designed. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA lot, and, unknown to Karen, the newly appointed police chief. With a fictional, ageless fire, I'd crushed Karen 61 times, buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traoré, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline. Stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sisters. Bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on my wife, Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at my gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspended her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towing her car for blocking my driveway, reclaiming my cabin after her sale, sinking her cop's truck with Grandpa's tractor, and evicting her fishing club with Marcus. My police chief badge and arrest powers were my latest weapons. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a desperate bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop for her dying control. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd broken into my garage. Unaware it was felony breaking and entering. My land was private, and my cameras rolled. Her scheme, backed by a dwindling HOA board, relied on fake storage rules, blind to my badge and evidence. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, my sister, Mia, a nurse, my brother Jake, a Marine, my cousin Vince, leader of the Iron Riders bikers, my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored the lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, Grandpa Joe, our tractor-driving patriarch, and Marcus Thompson, Navy SEAL and lake owner. Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a sweltering July evening in 2028 at my farmhouse garage on a county road, where Karen's pry bar marks scarred the lock and my cameras recorded. Neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered in outrage. Karen's break-in was a crime, and her ignorance of my role was her fatal error. This wasn't just about my garage. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my property, expose her burglary, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and blaze with our strength. Karen's break-in was a reckless crime. Storage violation, her note inside my garage lied, claiming my tools breached HOA code. I filmed, shouting, "This is my private land, Karen. You broke in." My cameras caught her prying the lock at dusk. I radioed Harris, who laughed. "Felony breaking and entering? She's cuffed." Ellen, with Emma and Liam, texted my property deed, saying Karen's locked out. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting burgling a police chief, life sentence. I called Agent Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level burglary." Neighbors swarmed, filming the busted lock. My forum post exploded. "Karen broke into my garage. I'm the police chief, and she's done." Hashtags Karen broke in and hashtag Chief Sarah Strikes trended, hitting 175 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadow Mart, showing my footage and badge. "Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah," he said, hitting 180 million views. Lily handed out flyers about property laws, explaining Sarah's garage is private. Karen's a thief. Karen's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, enforce rules. Tried to defend her, but neighbors drowned them out, chanting Chief Sarah. Mia shared my judicial rulings, proving my clout. I share my camera clip. Karen burgled my garage. She's under arrest. The video hit 2.3 billion views. Marcus Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted me too. I'm testifying." His veteran weight rattled the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, inspecting the garage. "Clear burglary," Chun said, noting the pry bar marks. I flashed my police chief badge, live streaming. Karen broke into my garage. She didn't know I'm a chief. The stream hit 11.5 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a legend. Karen's jail." Linda arrived with a federal prosecutor, announcing Karen's act is felony breaking and entering. The crowd chanted "Cuffs! Cuffs!" as the cronies fled. The FBI found Karen at her condo, clutching a fake storage log. Harris cuffed her as I secured my garage. Karen rambled, "It's HOA property," but Chun held up my footage indeed. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a chief-free day at Meadow Mart, with music and SWAT demos. Karen's lie about violations collapsed. My garage was mine. The stage was set, not just to secure my property, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my badge. Her break-in was her end, and my arrest was our victory. My ranch was a fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed at her condo, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed her fake log. The livestream hit 12.5 billion views, with hashtag Karen broke in and hashtag Chief Sarah Strikes trending globally. Neighbors packed my driveway, waving signs. "Chief Sarah, no HOA thieves." News crews broadcast live. Anchors calling it a police chief's bust versus HOA burglary. The air roared, and I was ready to lock Karen away. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Sarah's garage is private, HOA exempt county land. Karen's break-in is a federal felony. He showed my footage and deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our chief." Karen burgled her. The forum surged, "Karen's a crook. Sarah's our hero." A viral tweet read, HOA Karen breaks into police chief's garage, faces feds. Hashtag Karen broke in. Karen yelled, "It's our right." But Chen held up my footage, stating, "You committed felony breaking and entering." Her face crumpled. She hadn't known my role. Community groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's property is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Justice for Sarah's Garage," hit 180 million signatures with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's leadership and garage are our pride. Karen's burglary threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $3.2 million and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting "Chief free." The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors guarded my garage as Vince's biker crew patrolled the ranch. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. "Karen broke into my garage, but I'm the police chief, federal judge, and I own their lot. She's under arrest." I proposed a chief-free day at Meadow Mart with badge displays, music, and a fundraiser for property rights, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to fortify my garage. I shared online, "Karen's burglary failed. Join us for Chief Free Day." The live stream hit 13.5 billion views, with hashtag Chief Free Day trending. Comments flooded. "Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's cuffed." Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with breaking and entering, harassment, and conspiracy," she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van. Jake's stream hit 25 billion views, with comments like "Bye, Karen." "Chief wins." News ran headlines. 20-year-old police chief arrests HOA Karen for garage break-in. Lily organized kids to paint chief-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our land. Harris secured my garage, and neighbors cheered. Chen verified my deed, and Linda promised county funding for a crescent shield sign, marking my ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would secure my property, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but my badge's impact would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial, my garage locked tight. The live stream hit 26 billion views, with hashtag Karen broke in and hashtag Chief Sarah strikes trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving Chief free signs as news crews filmed. I stood in my chief's uniform, my roles as police chief, judge, and rancher now a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Torres, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with breaking and entering, harassment, and conspiracy," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen prying the lock. "The plaintiff is the police chief, retired federal judge, and owner of the HOA lot," she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our chief." Chen testified, voice sharp. Karen's burglary violated federal law and targeted private property. She showed the fake log, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $3.2 million HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted "Cuffs, cuffs," as kids waved painted badges, symbols of our win. Tom showed my deed, proving my ownership. "Sarah's badge crushed her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a crescent shield, signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my ranch's status. "This garage is mine, and Karen's guilty," I said, sharing it online, a star under a county seal. The forum erupted, Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Torres reviewed the evidence. Footage deed log, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it's HOA rules. But Rachel played her break-in, exposing her lies. Torres ruled guilty on all counts. 8 years for Miller for $0.5 million in damages to Sarah and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. 20-year-old police chief arrests HOA Karen for garage break-in. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Chief Friday plans took shape. I gave the mic to Marcus, who grinned. Sarah's badge is our pride, he said. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our ranch in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat, it was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our community could outshine crime. As my garage stood secure, justice prevailed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Police Chief Arrests HOA Karen for Garage Break-In and Sarah's Shield Triumphs. The livestream hit 29 billion views, with hashtag KarenBroken trending for weeks. Fan art of my shield sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and law enforcement groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our community. Chief Friday was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, touring my garage, dancing and unveiling the Crescent Shield sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the garage to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $14.5 million for property rights, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's badge shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined $3.2 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning burglary. Karen got 8 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't break in like Karen became a local joke painted on garages. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping badge selfies. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting Shield nights with music and justice talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's garage, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini badges, sheriff patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned a Shield Fest with SWAT demos, music, and badge displays, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's burglary into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to patrol my ranch, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Shield Forever banner, Linda toasted to Sarah, Marcus, Alex, and Crescent Meadows, where badges defeat tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my ranch glowed. Karen's break-in had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and my badge were our stronghold, proof no bully could breach our unity. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, secure, and unstoppable.